See if I can do this setup really quickly this time. I think I can do it. I think I have the power. That's pretty good. Sound seems fine. This thing also seems fine. I think I got it. And in like 30 seconds. That's pretty good. And tweets have been tweeted. All very good. So this week it's going to be the last stream for a little while. I'm going to take a little summer break for, I'm not entirely sure how long, but a couple of weeks at least, like 4 or 5 weeks. Hello, Linnea. Welcome to the stream. So today we're going to try and finish up the game as good as we can do it, and ideally publish it as well. I was thinking I was going to put it on itch, so you guys can try it. And we'll see if we have time to do it completely today. If not, I'll have to do it tomorrow or something. We'll see. But first things first, we look at what we did last week. Gotta get my programs up and running here. Lots of windows to deal with. There we go. So, last week. Oh, lots of commits last week. So today is the 9th. That checks out. Fixed issue where the team GUI would not be set as active. Right, this was the thing. This was the thing I was worried it was going to take like most of last week's episode, and ended up taking like no time at all, which was pretty cool. And then we updated the to-do. That's not very interesting. We did some rebalancing for the asteroid core size. This is something that really sort of needs. Yeah. This probably needs more testing than I've given it, but there's only so much time. So I'm sure it'll be fine. We did some transitions for the starting of round, which is that took quite some time. Well, it took 20 something minutes. And then some, and then we did hooks for a few sounds, the last thing we did. So the sounds are still missing, which is kind of a bummer. But, well, we ran out of time. What can I say? So we'll try it, see if it works today. It starts. So this is all cool. So one thing I thought of, whoops, that was the reset button. Nerd Derby just followed. Hello. So yeah, this is a problem. This is something I just came to think of the other day. Now you can actually spawn during a round with a player that doesn't belong to a team. That's not great. So that's something we're gonna have to fix before we do anything else. I'm sure there's more bugs like that, but handle player activate. So we can probably do this is menu. No, it's pick teams. Or state is Actually, well, yeah. So this will only allow players to spawn. Hello, Nerd Derby, welcome. This will only allow players to be created when the game is actually like running. Okay. Yeah, so that sort of fixes it, but not quite. So what you can do now, this project has a name, yes, it's called Collapse. So what you can do now is you can spawn a player here, you can go in here, start the round, everything's cool, round starts, try to spawn with a different player, doesn't work, so that's good. But you can spawn a player and then spawn a second player, take the first player, go into the round, the second player goes away and yet spawns here. So what we need to do is whenever we enter the playing state, we need to if player team, and this is, if I remember correctly, a reference to the team. Yep. So if player team is no, we kill that player. Meteorologist, you are probably correct. And now Flash Valve crashed. That's great. You'll see it might be broken now. So, Meteorologist in the chat pointed out that I wrote the same condition in my little if statement. This is the wrong code. Here we go. So a thing that Flash Develop does when it crashes is that it doesn't save what files or projects you had open. So this thing here, this it said is pick teams for both. And actually, I don't think we need that at all. This means, because it did work with the double. So this means the first press, which is bring you to the menu. That's not good. State is menu. So that's what I want. Spawn two players. Go in here. Round starts. Player respawns. That's all good. Repository needs cleanup. Okay, cool. So that's a fairly easy little fix. Fix this issue where players could spawn in with no team during round. So I suppose we should start packing this guy up. Now the sound broke. That's great. So I can't make this full screen because that breaks the stream stuff. But that's an entirely acceptable screenshot. So now I gotta fake some players here. This is gonna be very interesting because I gotta hold all the buttons at the same time. So it's that button and that button. And then the controllers like that. I did it. So ideally, whoops, and get some really great screenshots here. And let's do with this player. Oh no. That's a few. I'm just going to merge all these into one. Did I do that one already? I think I did. So that's 2, 3, 4 different screenshots. Now we crop out the crap from this. Awesome. Photoshop, come on. Try that again. For some reason, it doesn't quite enjoy working with these huge images while streaming. I don't know why that is. So I suppose we can do this first. And then I think that did the trick. Just save this on my desktop. So this sort of drives home that it's not doesn't look all that different all the time, this game. But we can probably make it a little bit more interesting. So how about we do something like that? They don't all have to be full screen crops, I don't think. Like this is still nearly 720p. Well, PNG screenshots, because that's the best. Maybe I should have them all be the same aspect ratio, now that I think of it. So let's make them 16:9. And we'll go back to this guy. Three. This can be the final one. That's a few screenshots at least. Suppose. What's talking so much? Oh, nothing. That seems fine. Am I? So I have a little fancy class that I use for different projects that will tag my build with like a bunch of useful information, which is probably used here. So we'll just chuck that over here as well. I think that path is actually changed. This should just automatically work. We'll see. So now we get this build date and the tag for the commit, so I can check out that same version for myself. So we'll add these. We don't need this. That's cool. And then we will delete this build folder. Oops, didn't like that at all. and we'll make a clean, nice clean build. That's a lot of compiling going on. In the meantime, I think we can start filling out this HIO thing. Short description or tagline. Crack open those asteroids. That's cool. Cover image upload. I haven't really done this more than once before, so we'll see. Add screenshots. I like HIO. It's a well-made little thing. Suppose the title one should be first. It's like this little pattern. So it is a downloadable game. It's not Flash or anything. It is released. We don't want payments because it is going to be free. The build should be done by now. So this is the Windows build. It has a little README. I forgot about that. I should probably update that. This is all true. Originally. I don't think it supports 8 anymore. I think it supports 4. So this is press A to attach to asteroids. That's nice. So if I suppose I can just manually update this. Here we go. Actually, no, we need to do one more thing. We need to commit this. And then I'm going to make a tag. See if I can remember how to do this. Git tag. No, that's delete. I don't annotate, I don't want to sign. I don't want to do anything. Okay. So I suppose it's like that. We'll make it version 2. That makes more sense. So before doing that, we're gonna bump version number. Cool. We'll try that, see what happens. Git tag. That worked very nicely. So if I compile this now, and my black voodoo magic is working, we're actually not only compile, we'll actually run it too. You can see that it says version 2.0.0. I can't even talk today. So that's cool. That means I can run the executable and see what version it was built from. That's not actually this number here, but the Git number, but it's nice if these two match up. I'm sure I could make them be the same somehow, but not today. So this is ready now. It's going to be collapse Windows 2.0.0 and here upload files. That's Windows. I'll have to do Linux and OS X builds off stream because I can't stream all the virtualization stuff is on my Mac for Linux, and well, it's gonna one day. I might, if we have time, I might start it up and do it during the stream. But this will make up the content of your game page. I have a strong feeling that I have written a description of this game before. Like that. Builds on the heritage of asteroids and space war. Ramping. Let's say adding local multiplayer mayhem and physics to the mix. Can I actually do? I can. Oh, that's impressive. Genre. I suppose it's action. Tags. Local multiplayer. Physics. That's a useful tag. Asteroids. Right, it's totally. I don't know. Hey, Lumpex, I didn't see you in the chat. What else? What else should I tag it? Custom noun. Oh yeah, game. We don't have any of those. Save and view page. Change appearance. Background. I want the collapse colored background. Blorp. Background 2. Something like that. Ugh. I like that. Background, banner. I want a banner. What's the banner do? Let's try that. That's way nicer. Let's make one of those. Like a proper one. Splash. Hello, Kirlosev. I remember we talked about how to pronounce your name at some point, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. So this and this. And the banner seems to be just as tall as I want it. So that is probably a little bit too tall. That, on the other hand, is probably a little bit on the other extreme. But it will do for now. Opacity, 100%. Actually, let's do that. We'll get that nice and centered and big. Maybe not exactly that big. Let's try that. Header. Oh, they called it banner, whatever. See if that needs more space. I guess everything needs more space, but so we'll do that. Save. Oh, did I name it something else now? I think I did. Yes. Cool. I'm not a huge fan of this little line right here. I also noticed that the background is not the color I set my background to be. This is going to be nice. And a video URL. I wonder what what we should do for video URL. Should we put one of my streams maybe? Maybe this stream? I don't know. It's gonna need a video, that's for sure. But maybe, just maybe, it'll be more fun to do all the platforms while we have time. This is not gonna make for excellent streaming, but I'll try and do it anyway. Give me 1 second. So one of the drawbacks of multi-platform development is that you tend to need a lot of computers to do it. So I'm gonna get this guy running, which is of course going to be completely uninteresting to you guys because you can't see the screen, but such is the nature of this little project. See, this computer hasn't been on for a day or two, so a lot of notifications and crap. It's also reminding me that I should be streaming, which is commendable, but also a little bit unnecessary. See if this even runs on OS X. I haven't tried it in a while. Open FL bid. Let's test. So exciting. Okay, so something broke. So I think the toggler that I'm using is breaking on OS X. But that's okay, we'll just remove it because we don't need it. Should probably be turned off for release builds, but it doesn't matter. So the toggler uses all this like GUI library, and that GUI library uses some pretty strange stuff. So it tends to break from time to time. But it is compiling now. Exciting. Can do the Linux build as well. at the same time. Like the loose cannon I am. Which I'm sure is not going to make things go any faster, but that's the sound of Ubuntu booting. I think I've done a Linux build for the previous release. So this should have the project set up and everything. See if I have to disable the toggler here as well. Your changes will be overwritten by merge. Okay. Apparently I made changes the last time I did this, but they weren't important enough to commit, so I don't know what they are. I'm gonna wait for the OS X build to finish up. Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuva Fatal. It's because I'm working on another computer that I don't have set up for streaming. But it's mostly text rolling by on the screen for the OS X build. So it's not very exciting. But that is very soon going to go into my Dropbox, which is here. I suppose I should put the Windows one in here too, for a good cut, paste. I got the numbering the other way around before. So that can be the change display name. I'm not entirely sure that having the file name there is the best way of doing it, but I'm just going to pack this guy up. Compress 2 items. Put this in my Dropbox. Wait for it to magically appear on this computer. Here we go. It should be renamed to that. Can I do that? No. OS X. Stay on this page. Whoa. Cable snag. Yep, same exact problem with the toggler. So we'll just disable it. Not entirely sure why that is, but I'm not gonna go on a wild goose chase for that. It's just not important. Comment that, comment, save, switch, compile. So yeah, this is not the best visual stream I've done, but I can inform you that the Linux version is now compiling. Should I do? I suppose I should do a 32 and a 64-bit one. I did in the past, so why not now? The OS X one is 64-bit. The Windows one is 32-bit, I think. What else should I do for this? This still it's looking pretty respectable, I'd say. Look at this. Oh my god, it's really missing a video. That's like the thing. Let's put that video in here for now. Project URL. Was that not on here? No. like this. This is not a 6-minute video. This is a 6-hour video. So this is a stream of me watching a stream of me streaming. That's nice and self-referential. It's taking a long time to build a Linux version, but it's chugging along. There's too many things on my desk. Oh my god. So, future plans for this game. This is going to be, so the idea is that I'm going to go on like a summer break now. So this is going to be the release. And then when we come back, I'll probably start something new. I don't know what yet. I never do. So we'll see. Next week, I might do some streaming from Nowhere, Sweden. It depends. At the very least, I'll stream the presentations for sure. Nowhere, Sweden is it's a local game jam I co-organize that happens to be in Malmo this year. It's really taking its time with this build. Is my computer doing a bunch of other stuff as well? No. Come on. I wonder. Hey, it runs. Awesome. I have Dropbox on my virtual machine, but it's not working. It's kind of alarming. I suppose we'll have to do this some other way then. So I'm just going to zip up the first Linux build, the 64-bit build. Can I even do that? Compress. And these are named Collapse 2.0.0 Linux 64. Great. Cool. Now we do a 32-bit build. And I'm going to figure out a way to get these files up. Oh my god! So I'm logging in on the web interface for Dropbox. See if it works. Typically this does not work, but maybe today is an exception. It did work. This means I can upload into the folder without having Dropbox actually work on this computer. I think. Maybe. Hey, Pavel N. Thanks for following. So that's uploading, and it's compiling at the same time. So if you guys hold your breath for approximately 5 more seconds, the file should magically appear on my desktop computer any moment now. I'm too curious, I gotta check. Here we go, there it is. Add another download. And it's still compiling. This is going to take a while, I think. So I think we might do this under, not under the hour, but just not that much over the hour, maybe. Well, that's cool. And then you guys can play this and find all the awful, awful bugs. Still compiling. Let's save this. Is there anything else I should? Yeah, download keys, that's what I need. It's a nice little widget. What's going on in the chat? Not much. Can't blame you guys. This is not very action-packed. So compiling, it's compiling font stuff, assets, display objects, all manner of things. It's doing the library stuff now, so it shouldn't be all that much further. Garbage collector, hash, standard library, array. So I should make these be that, and this is a Linux. Oh no! Null function pointer? That's not my code. Awesome. Didn't work. I think I might be on an outdated version of Haxi. But on the other hand, I think a 64-bit version is plenty. I can come back and do the 32-bit later if need be. Save. View page. Would you look at this? So that's the Windows one, OS X one, and the Linux one. Perhaps I should rename these. It's not super interesting. Does that look nicer? Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly under debate which game you're downloading, because it says right there on the page, so we don't really need to. Don't really need to say that again. If you find a bug, how can you report it to me? You can press. There should be a link here somewhere. Or you can find me on like Twitter or something. Actually, let's do this. Support requests go to we'll do that. Insert link. I mean, if you find a bug, I would prefer if you just look the other way. Is that an acceptable request? I'd say this is good enough. This is where I should have prepared with like champagne or something, but no such thing. So public, save. Oh my God, new page. Now you're going to suffer from time travel, because I'm going to paste the link in the chat. You're going to see it before I say this. It's going to blow your minds. Very nice. So should probably update this as well. And what is it now? Summer 2015. View post. Play here. Very nice. I would consider that launched. So before I burn up in this office that I have, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get some food. You guys are gonna download the game and you're gonna play it, and you're not gonna find any bugs. Ideally, you play it with some friends because that's the way to do it. Even more ideally, you play it with the Xbox controllers, because I don't know what's gonna happen if you play it with some other controller. But you'll be fine. You know all that stuff. You've done that before. You've played crashy, awful games. So you got it. So if you weren't here before when I said that, I'm going to take a little bit of a break for like a couple of weeks, like 4 or 5 weeks at least, over summer. I'm going to go swim in the ocean, play with my daughter, that type of thing, which is going to be nice. And I'll see you guys in like August or something, and we'll start a new game, and we'll work on that for like 8 months, and we'll see where we end up. And I think this game ended up kind of respectable. It's not the best game I've made, but considering how long, like, it's not that many hours for a game. Like, I was counting this morning, and this is probably stream number 38, and they're on average a little bit over an hour. So, like, conservatively 40 hours, but then there's also like the Mojam week or the Mojam weekend, where I did like 8 hours a day. So if we say 60 or 70 hours have gone into this game, I think that's a pretty fair estimate. So it's not a ton of work. It is some work though, and it's since like November, and now it's almost, hell, what date is it? Oh, it's July. So a lot of months, but not that much effective time. But it's been fun. So I'll see you guys maybe next week briefly, probably on Sunday next week if we're going to stream the normal Sweden presentations. That's going to be on this channel, but you'll know. I'll tweet and you'll get notifications and stuff. And if not, I'll see you guys in August. Thank you super much for hanging out.